Okay, welcome to the latest episode. We are midway through March now, probably in the second half, and this is a Monday Nitro, March 2001 WCW. We're going to open things up with Crowbar retaining his hardcore title over Brian Knobbs and Meng. And what I've actually done is, you can't see it on the screen, obviously, but I have compiled a list of how many times I've used each worker so far this month, just to make sure I'm utilising the roster, as I keep saying. So, for example, you've got Chavo Guerrero who's not actually featured this month, so he's going to fight Corporal Cajun in a losing effort. The Marmalukes, Big Vito, Johnny for Bull are going to beat Chronic, who haven't appeared this month, and also Mike Sanders and Kiwi. Kiwi is someone else who hasn't appeared this month. Other matches: Blackout, Norman Smiley, Stevie Ray. Stevie Ray's only appeared once. They're going to beat Lance Storm and Jim Duggan. Dustin Rhodes is going to beat Rick Steiner. Again, Rick Steiner's someone who hasn't featured this month. He's not really featured at all since his feud over Dustin Rhodes, so they're going to have a match here for old time's sake. Of course, interrupted by Jeff Jarrett. But it doesn't affect the result. And Goldberg, another fight against Ric Flair. Ric Flair's request, and it went down well last time. And with Goldberg's morale problems, I'm hoping this will do everyone some good. In the last show, Goldberg attacked Kevin Nash backstage, and it didn't go down overly well. Well, the opposite is going to happen here. Kevin Nash is going to attack Goldberg, so there's going to be concerns about the main event. But when it comes to it, Goldberg is fit. He comes out, fans go wild, and he beats Ric Flair. Okay. Other segments. Sting lost a little bit of overness after his interview where he called out Scott Steiner last time. So Scott Steiner is returning for favour again this time. Bit of ping pong, bit of back and forth between the two since Greed for pay-per-view. So that pretty much and 1-versus-1 angle involving Canyon and the Cat. And what happens here is that, well, you'll have to wait and see. It's an angle anyway. That was it. Canyon steals the Cat's finishing move, and the Cat doesn't like it. I've not done one of these angles before, so we'll see how it goes. Thought I'd spice things up a bit. And of course, an interview with Jeff Jarrett there. So, let's get the show on the road. Yeah, not great, but didn't expect much more. The hardcore title was on the line. Brian Knobbs and Meng, they don't really get for crowd pumps, do they? Jeff Jarrett's backstage. There we go, 91%. You can always rely on Jeff Jarrett. That got a surprisingly decent rating. Chronic versus Double A, which is Mike Sanders and Kiwi, and the Marmalukes. Let's see how it ends. The Bull tags out to Big Vito. Lariat. Apparently, Vito thinks he's Stan Hansen. Brian Adams is in trouble. Implant DDT. 1, 2, 3. The Cat. Chris Canyon comes out and attacks. Let's see what it says. Chris Canyon gets the upper hand. The Cat's in trouble. Feliner. That shook the ring. Chris Canyon stole the finisher of the Cat and used it on him, and the fans did like it. By the I don't know why it doesn't say crowd reaction, but overall rating was good, so that indicates the fans quite liked it. Chavo Guerrero, Corporal Cajun, very good score. I need to utilise Chavo Guerrero a bit more than I have been doing. Since his feud with Billy Kidman, I've not really had a role for him. Sid Vicious, basically building his feud up with Dusty Rhodes. That got a good rating. Blackout Team Canada. These tag matches in the mid card, they don't really do that well, and I guess these are newly formed teams. They've got to gain experience together. But I was expecting a little bit more. Goldberg, no one lost overness. Doesn't say here anyway. 83% overall rating, so that's good. Dustin Rhodes, Rick Steiner, not bad. Scott Steiner, that went well. And we have got the main event coming up again. Goldberg was sluggish and didn't put... But Goldberg did gain overness from this match, so hopefully that will help him out. Yeah, Kevin Nash interfered again. Didn't get quite as good a rating as the first time around, I don't think, but still a very respectable rating nonetheless, and a good solid 70%. I'm happy with that show. The only downside was really the opening bout. What have we got here? 5.66. I think that was better than last week. Goldberg's working too stiff. I could have been badly hurt. Why do you keep requesting to work with him then? Let's have a look at what it says here. He's only gone up 1%. You know, I'm using him once or twice each show, and it can't keep at this rate. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about Goldberg, but he is a very valuable asset to the company. Let's see what he's still got an overness of 92 at the moment. Jeff Jarrett's 91. Yeah, you know, he's still got a big part to play in this company. So I want to try and do everything I can to get him back up there. No news at all. Let's see how the feuds are currently doing. 94, 94, 93. They're all hotting up nicely. The fans aren't as up for tag feud here. But once that ends, the opportunities are endless for Kidman and Mysterio. That's a very good rating for Sid and Dusty Rhodes. And considering that's not long... they've not long been feuding, Canyon Cat, that's a really good rating for them. So I think things are starting to look up again. Well, they were never really looking down, were they? But I think I'm keeping things going okay at the minute. Maybe need to plan it a little bit better. But yeah, it is difficult keeping a whole roster of egos happy, isn't it? So yeah, I guess for next pay-per-view we will be working towards a spring stampede, but you can't start new feuds until you've ended these, and you don't know when they're going to end because you don't want to end them prematurely. So yeah, I'd either continue keeping the feud relatively even or let one of the workers get a large advantage. So you can't end the feud here and then. So I'll have a little think about what to do next. But until then, I will see you next time for another episode of Nitro.